man, and we got some new music about to jump into, and some news, and just a good show. So I've been looking forward to it.
For sure.
Yeah, man. So we'll start it off with album reviews, man. We got Gunna with Drip Season 4. Yeah, man, I got a chance to check this out. I know Gunna is someone that a lot of people work with. This is my first project of his of listening to. So I didn't really know what to expect, but yeah, I definitely enjoyed it. It was 20 tracks, I think, on the album. I think he did, a good job. The songs that stood out to me was Mop with Young Thug, P Power with Drake, How You Did That, featuring Kodak Black. One thing about Kodak Black, I mean, normally he does a good job on his features. So I normally enjoy when Kodak does a feature for somebody. Just like when we did the French Montana album, I thought that was the best song on the album. 25 Jacket, featuring Lil Baby, Too Easy with Future, IDK, that Bitch with G Herbo, Die Alone with Chris Brown and Young Blue was probably my favorite track on the album. But all in all, definitely was a good project.
Yeah, I thought the project was cool too. This is my first time listening to a project from Gunna, so I really didn't or I really didn't know exactly what to expect. I heard a few songs here and there. For me, the highlights for me would be Poochie Gown, Mop featuring Young Thug, how you did that with Kodak Black, like you said. Kodak is dope to me. I like Kodak. He may not be the most, technical rapper, but he makes good hooks, and I feel like he consistently makes pretty decent music. So I like Kodak.
Yeah.
Living Wild, I thought was probably the best song on the album, in my opinion. South to West was good as well, and I like the Too Easy remix with Future and Roddy Ricch.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. It's definitely a good listen, man. It's definitely something that everybody should check out. Ghana Drip Season 4. Next up, man, we got The Weeknd with Don FM. I really enjoyed this project. The Weeknd, he makes good music. I like The Weeknd. He has some, I've listened to all his albums, I think just except one. But yeah, I mean, every project he always gonna have something that is definitely gonna be on constant repeat. For example, his album that he did years ago, Starboy, still a lot of tracks from there I like to listen to. Last year, with the album he dropped last year, definitely a lot of good records on that one as well. So, but yeah, Don, I thought it was good. The standout tracks to me would be Gasoline, Take My Breath. One of my favorite tracks on here is Out of Time. I thought it was fire. I like even before that came on, they had like the Quincy Jones little skit, and he also had a skit with Jim Carrey as well. But the Out of Time record is amazing. Like Is There Someone Else? I Heard You Was Married featuring Lil Wayne was fire as well. And another standout track for me that I can't decide which is my favorite between Out of Time, but Less Than Zero is fire. Like that's I probably listened to that song about 100 times, but yeah, it's fire, man. I mean, he's got some good music on here.
Yeah, I thought it was good too. I've heard a few Weekend projects, like you said, Starboy, and I can't remember the name of his first album, but I know I heard that one.
Yeah.
But it has been a while since I've listened to a Weekend project, so this was like kind of like a refresher course.
Yeah.
My standouts would be Take My Breath, Sacrifice, Out of Time. Like you said, probably one of my favorite records on the album. I like Here We Go Again, featuring Tyler the Creator. Best Friends was good. Less Than Zero, like you said, is another great record. I heard Married, featuring Lil Wayne. And I like Moth to a Flame with Swedish House Mafia as well. I thought that was on the Alternative World version.
Right.
So yeah, all in all, I liked it and thought it was a good album.
Yeah. What you think about the track he did with Tyler?
Yeah, I liked it. Here We Go Again. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah, it was good, man. And definitely that alternative version. Like you could, he had like a couple kind of we call it EDM type tracks or whatever. So yeah, he makes that type of music. It's definitely like stadium music, and I'm sure he'll be going out on tour. And but yeah, shout out to the Weeknd, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, man. Next up, man, we got Jim Jones and DJ Drama. We set the trends. I mean, this it was a good project, but this thing was long, man. It was like almost like an hour and a half. So it was very long listen. Standout tracks to me though would be Shots. I thought Shots was fire. Got we set the trends with the Migos, Nuff Said, Doughboy. I like Batman a lot. Bars, but Dave East was another good one, and Blessed as well. So those were my standout tracks. Yeah, I mean, Jimmy is definitely one of my favorite guys from the Dipset. Um, but my only, not necessarily a critique, but I just say this album was super long though. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. It was kind of a long album. 25 songs, like you said. Uh, my biggest critique, I think, would be I felt like Jim, even though he did well on all the records, it was a variety of sound. He had some drill records on there, some of the more traditional New York style hip hop, and
Mm.
some of the beats that we are more accustomed to knowing him rap over. So I thought he did a good job as far as mixing up the sounds. But I did feel like it was extremely heavily drill influenced, and that was kind of different for me coming from Jim Jones. But
Mm.
hey, whatever. Um, as far as highlights, I like Intro, Back Door featuring Dave East and I Swear Zezo, Crunk Music featuring 504 and Indida. Obviously, we said Trends featuring Amigos, then a Key. I think that's Liravelli and Ditta on that track. Fit Lit with Betty White. Not with Betty White, but the track
Right.
called Betty White, and that features Dave East, Mano, and Fabulous. I thought that was one of the better tracks on the album.
Mm.
That with Dice Peso and King Streets was dope. Record Me Baby. I enjoyed that one. I think that one had like a vibrant thing sample.
Mm-hmm.
No, it was Lights Camera Action, Mr. Chief. Yeah, that was the
Yeah.
sample. Okay, and yeah, that was dope. So 5 O's on that as well. Water on Me, Bars with Dave East is dope. Lobby, Bless, and Different Ways. So I enjoyed the majority of the project.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. And so we'll see what else drama is gonna cook up this year. I know Jim Jones was on Angie Martinez show. He was kind of teasing Jadakiss a little bit, talking about he wants to smoke or whatever, and it was kind of, he kind of admitted a little bit, that they that basically Jada and them took the W or whatever, but he was kind of, I don't know, he was trying to say maybe like they wasn't as organized as they should have been or whatever, but but he did give a shout out to Jada, and so yeah, it was a good interview with Jim Jones and Angie Martinez.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, man. Next up, we got Earl Sweatshirt with Sick. This project was cool. This is I think it's my first Earl Sweatshirt listen. Yeah, I mean, it's not that the album was bad at all, but it's one thing I will give him credit for. It's definitely different from like pretty much anything that's out right now. Like it's just his beat selection, subject matter, so I will give him props for that. It's completely different from pretty much what everybody else is doing. The standout tracks for me would be 2010, Sick. I don't know if it's Lye or Lee or something like that. God Labs and Titanic. But Earl is definitely a lyricist, and he just kind of sticks to what he does or whatever. I don't see him trying to do stuff for like radio spins or things of that nature. But all in all, it was a cool listen.
Yeah, I liked it. It's not a project that I think a lot of people will really understand exactly the concept of it on one listen. It's probably one of those that you're gonna have to give multiple listens to kind of understand exactly the concept of the album. But I
Mm.
mean, it's self-explanatory from the album title. But despite all of that, I would say my highlights would be 2010 Vision. I thought was one of the better tracks on the whole album. Sick was good as well. I like Lobby a lot. Titanic and Fire in the Hole. And I just want to piggyback on what you were saying earlier about Earl being a lyricist. You know, this is definitely one of those albums that is very lyrically enhanced. The beats aren't necessarily, you know, the most trappy beats, even though some of them just kind of have some trap elements, but it's not, you know, this is a hip hop head type of album, very similar to what I said about like that Super Wet album with MF Doom from last year and
Mm.
Darkface. This is a hip hop head album, so if you're not a hip hop head, it might not be for you. If you are though, I think you'll find something to enjoy about it.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Kind of put me in the mindset when we did the Vince Staple album not too long ago, the Staples, you know. So yeah, you can tell these guys just kind of stick to their formula and what they do. I mean, so that's refreshing though, because a lot of times when you are reviewing music these days, there's so much stuff that kind of sounds alike. All the music is like the same and stuff like that. But yeah, it was a cool project though.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Last but not least, man, Cordae, from a bird's eye view. I really enjoyed this project. I got a chance to listen to it at the gym yesterday. Fire, man, fire. You know, I don't know if I like this one better than the first one. I don't know. You know, I have to kind of go back and hear the first one again to say which I thought was better. But it was definitely amazing though. There was like no sophomore slump or nothing like that. It's a very good album. Standout tracks for me would be Super, Want From Me. Today with Gunna was fire. That was like one of my highlight tracks. C Carter. Even though me and you had reviewed the Sinister video with Lil Wayne probably about a month and a half ago, but just to listen to it sounds amazing. Like it's a good record. Westlake High was another good one, and I like Parables with Eminem. I thought M had a good verse as well.
Yeah. So for me, yeah, I thought it was a good album. Like you said, no sophomore slump. Um, and I'll get into this a little bit more later, but let me just go ahead and start with my highlights. My highlights are Super,
Mm-hmm.
Want From Me, C Carter, obviously Sinister featuring Lil Wayne,
Mm-hmm.
Champagne Glasses featuring Freddie Gibbs and Stevie Wonder on harmonica was
Mm-hmm.
incredible. Westlake High I thought was really good. Chronicles featuring her and Lil Durk, and Gene Michael, which is obviously an ode to Gene Michael Basquiat. So I thought that was dope. And yeah, just a lot to like about this album. Now,
Mm-hmm.
I saw some people critiquing this album online. A couple of YouTubers saying that they thought that Cordae sounds too much like J. Cole. I saw other people critiquing him saying he's making old man music and he's only 24.
Mm-hmm.
Different things like that. What do you think about that kind of criticism?
Right. Yeah, I know you're talking about. I saw that stuff, and I guess some people saying that he's kind of preachy or whatever. Man, I didn't even know he was that young. I mean, but dang, man, you know, just listening to even the first album and just some of his features he did with Nas, he did the Killer remix with Eminem. I mean, yeah, I mean, why is that something negative though? I mean, if he's wise beyond his years, I mean, hell, Tupac was, you know, only 25 when he died, but you thought that listening to him talk like he was 50 or something. So, you know, maybe certain people just have that kind of element or whatever that they may have, even though they're young, but they may have like an older type spirit or whatever. But you know, I just think Cordae is wise, man. He's wise beyond his years. I like one of the songs. I can't think of the name of the song because I haven't listened to the album once. But he talked about he made 7 million last year and didn't have to go out and do no shows or whatever. So hey, he's dating one of the biggest tennis stars in the world. So hey, I mean, he's living his best life. So you know, it is what it is. I mean, you know, some people, you know, try to say that stuff about Kendrick and J. Cole as well, that they're preachy and all this kind of stuff. But hey, I mean, he's doing him, and his music is incredible. And if I was him, I wouldn't even worry about it.
I mean, I agree. My only thing I would say, uh, Kendrick and J. Cole are 30. I think J. Cole just turned 37. And if
Okay.
Kendrick's not 36 or 35, he's right in that range.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, I don't think it's far fetched for guys like that to be making quote unquote grown man music. I mean, they're grown men.
Right.
Now, as far as Cordae, I think a lot of these J. Cole comparisons kind of hurt him. And, sounding like J. Cole some years back was almost like a diss, especially coming from the up and coming generation back when, he was making records like 1985 and was going back and forth with Lil Pump and guys like that. So, I think it was looked at as kind of like a diss. But I mean, J. Cole is one of the most successful artists in the game. I mean, he had the best albums of last year, and so I don't think it's nearly as much of a knock or an indictment as it may have been, a few years ago to say, oh, you sound like J. Cole. But honestly, I think Cordae, I really don't think there's very much of a difference in subject matter from the first album. I mean, it looks like a perfect upgrade or the next step in line. The previous album. If you listen to the content of the previous album, I really don't see why you would be shocked by any of the content on this album, to be honest. So I thought it was good, and I think the criticism was a little bit unjustified.
Right. Oh, okay. So he's 24, so he should be rapping about killing people. I slept with your wife. I mean, come on. You know what I'm saying? It's like if the guy wants to be different, it's cool,
I mean, my thing is, if he wanted to do that, he could have stayed in YBN.
Right.
So,
right. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we got to stop that kind of stuff. I mean, it's like, I mean, it's not, I'm not taking the shots at nobody else. I mean, people do what they do or whatever, but I mean, we can't on one hand say we need to, have, criticize rappers saying they ain't talking about nothing. We're just talking about women and money and this, that, and other. And then when somebody is doing something different, we want to critique it. Like, what do you want? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like you said, what do you want from me?
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy, man. Next up, man, we got we'll transition to hip hop news. Got Snoop Dogg, man, dropping an album. He was talking about this. We was thinking maybe somebody between him, Dr. Dre, Eminem, Mary J. Blige, and Kendrick would try to drop something around the Super Bowl time. So we got Snoop dropping a new album, Back on Death Row. Yeah, I look forward to it, man. I saw him and Hit Boy in the studio. I was on Snoop's IG, and I saw I think he's even like shooting a video for that particular song that Hit Boy produced. So I look forward to that. And Snoop is just, he's a workaholic, man. He's just did the Algorithm album, and he's just always in the lab, man. But I look forward to this particular album. I know Battle Cat did some records on here as well, and I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, perfect way to capitalize on the buzz that's going to be going on during the Super Bowl, obviously, in the halftime show. And like you said, he just dropped the Algorithm. He had his own solo project last year.
Right.
And you got the Mount Westmore album coming later this year.
Yeah.
He got his hands on a lot of things. Obviously, his work at Def Jam as well. So, yeah, I look forward to seeing what the album sounds like and seeing what Snoop has in store for 2022.
Yeah, same here, man. I even saw a picture with him and the baby as well. So I think the baby will be on the album as well.
That would actually be pretty dope. I wouldn't mind seeing that.
Yeah, man. Next up, man, we got Kanye West with Donda 2. It's going to drop on 2/22/22, executive produced by Future.
That's dope.
What were your thoughts on that?
Yeah, just dope. I mean, obviously, a lot of people are still listening to Donda. A lot of songs from Donda, still getting a lot of rotation. So I think it's dope for him to kind of almost capitalize on this moment as well. And Kanye's name has been in the headlines really ever since Donda dropped.
Yeah,
Honestly,
yeah.
uh, I think it's smart for him to just continue to capitalize on the moment. I
Hmm.
expect Donda to be I think Donda one was sonically a masterpiece, but I expect Donda two to be the whole kid and caboodle,
Yeah.
and maybe tripping, but we'll see. But
Right.
I expect a level up on this one, but we'll see.
Yeah. Yeah. And I just wonder what he's gonna do. I mean, he's gonna keep the gospel element to it. I mean, I know he did the record with Game. Is he gonna kind of switch? He's gonna stick to the gospel element. I'd be interested too to see Future's influence on the project. And but yeah, hopefully he'll kind of condense this one. It won't be as long. I mean, it can be an hour. It can be, maybe 15 songs or something like that. I think, but 25 is like a little much or whatever. But, we'll see what he does. And I definitely look forward to checking it out.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Next up, man, we got Conway the Machine. This project's been talked about for a while now. This is his Shady Records debut called God Don't Make Mistakes. Yeah, I look forward to checking it out, man. I know he did Conway did a freestyle on one of the Kanye records. I can't think which one it was. And he was kind of talking about which one?
Jail.
Jail. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, he was talking about how he was closer to Kanye than Marshall, but he never dissed Marshall, and gave a shout out to Paul Rosenberg and some of the other Shady Records staff. And yeah, I mean, I look forward to this particular one. I don't After this one, I don't know if he's gonna stay on Shady Records or not. Who knows? But yeah, I mean, this album's been talked about for a really long time. I look forward to it, and yeah, I mean, I think hell, and this is Conway, so this definitely won't be his only project this year. But I look forward to checking this one out.
Yeah, that's a fact. Definitely won't be his only project this year. But like you said, long awaited Shady debut, Alchemist, I'm sure will be all over it if isn't producing the entire project. And yeah, it's just long awaited. We already know what we get from Conway, bars on top of bars. So that's pretty much what I'm expecting. I expect the M feature,
Mhm.
possibly even a feature from some other artists on Shady Records. Maybe we get a Grip or a West Side Boogie feature. That would be dope too.
Yeah,
So yeah, just looking forward to seeing what he has in store.
yeah, for sure, for sure. Next up, man, we got Chris Brown being accused of allegedly drugging and raping someone. Think this happened, allegedly on some type of yacht or whatever. He's being sued, and not too long ago, he had another woman suing Trey Songz. So I don't know. I mean, I just I know he had another situation earlier of last year where a lady was accusing him, Chris Brown, of some type of domestic violence thing or whatever. And I think one of Chris's responses, I think he was saying every time he drops new music, these type of allegations come out or whatever. I don't know. I mean, it's serious accusations. Obviously we wasn't there, so who knows what transpired or whatever. But I just think all these guys just need to kind of be careful how they move, because everybody that you lay with, whether if it is willingly, you don't know what the intentions are or whatever. And who knows what the outcome is going to be. But it's definitely something serious though.
Yeah, definitely. And these things happen a lot especially with entertainers, athletes, people in that spectrum. But as far as the accusation, like you said, of course I was not there. I don't have as some people say, a dog in the fight.
Right.
But obviously I do hope that if, the accusations are true, then that justice is served for anyone in that type of situation,
Mm.
whether it be Chris or the woman who has made the accusation.
Right.
So yeah, it's just one of those things. I think it's at this point it's kind of become part of the territory with just being an entertainer or a musician or in the acting space, whatever part of that celebrity world, it's kind of almost like this is something that you kind of have to expect is
Right.
going to come along at some point in time. So, all parties involved, I wish the best for them both, and I guess we will see. Time will show us what, ends up happening with that.
Right. Yeah, I think if I'm not mistaken, I think this may have been allegedly happened on Diddy's yacht or whatever. And I remember when 50 Cent had Mike Tyson's house and used to have these parties and stuff like that. So just as a person who probably hosts parties and stuff like that, that's something in the future that has to be like a concern, because if two people hook up or something happens in your house or whatever, it can drag you into some type of litigation or something. So yeah, I mean, it's a lot of parties and stuff that happens in Hollywood or whatever. But I know if it was my house or whatever, I would kind of hell, I have probably just something locked off where people can't even go to certain areas of the house or whatever. But who knows, man?
Yeah, I feel you.
Yeah. Man, this next story is crazy, man. I mean, this one has like a lot of people kind of shook right now, especially content creators in the YouTube world. This whole thing with Tasha K and Cardi B. I did get a chance to on Friday night. I did hear Tasha's response to the case on her page. One thing I found interesting, I think between when the judgment came and her recording the show on Friday. Now I haven't looked since Friday, but I know she had lost 5,000 subs because she was at 1 million. And last time I checked, it was at 995,000. Now I'm not sure what has dropped. Has it dropped more or whatever? I guess she's gonna fight it, to try to get like a retrial or something. But I don't know, man. I mean, you know, and Tasha does what she does or whatever, it's kind of gossip type of thing or whatever. I know she's other people that she's said stuff about. She's had receipts for. I don't know what went wrong in this case or whatever, but Cardi definitely took this case serious. And when you go in at certain people, sometimes, I mean, Cardi's got money, and Cardi's probably got a bigger legal team than Tasha has. And I even saw a couple other content creators basically saying that Tasha's legal team dropped the ball on this one or whatever. So we'll see what happens. But it's definitely got a lot of content creators shook right now because you're making these shows talking about people. So you got to be careful, because if you don't have receipts of what you're saying, then that could open you up for some type of defamation suit or whatever. Now, if you're just critiquing music or giving your opinion about something, then that's cool or whatever. But when you start talking about people's personal lives or this, that, and the other, you got to be careful, because that's a slippery slope. And I think a lot of content creators got to walk that line.
Yeah, I mean, and for content creators, this is something that's kind of becoming a recurring theme as well. I mean, just in general, I think people should be cautious and aware of what they're saying about people and how those things can affect them. But when you're dealing with someone on the level of a Cardi B or any type of celebrity of that level, I just think it would be smart to watch what you say. But obviously, YouTube is a forum where people come, they want to hear whatever it is they want to hear, especially with Tasha K, like you said, that being kind of one of those gossip type blogs or gossip type channels where they share celebrity info and that kind of stuff. So if that's what you're coming for, then that's one thing. But at the same time, there are a lot of people who just aren't going to put up with it. And this is simply an example of that. So, I wish both of them the best. But I think there was definitely a lesson learned in this for Tasha K. And, word on the street, of course, once again, I don't know any of this, but word on the street is that Cardi had some people on her team reach out to Tasha K and tell her to retract certain statements, take certain posts that were on Instagram down, and this kind of thing. And Tasha stood her ground. And that's what actually transpired, then I'm not surprised that things happen the way that they did.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll leave that one.
Yeah, and that's a big judgment, man. That's a big judgment. That's not small chips. So, but yeah, you're right. And Star, who I watch every day, basically whenever he comes out. But he was basically talking. He was teaching some of these content creators about being careful. Sometimes it's okay to take certain videos down and things of that nature. But and not only I'm even thinking about Clubhouse. There's a lot of these rooms and they're talking spicy and talking about certain people snitched and got paperwork on folks and all this kind of stuff. And all this stuff sounds good for clicks and views and likes and things of that nature. But if what you're saying doesn't add up, even some of these Clubhouse rooms and people doing this kind of stuff got to be on the lookout for some type of legal smoke. Because some of these people, hell, they can take $100,000 and blow it in one weekend or blow it on a car or a chain or something like that. You best believe they can, get some people in some legal smoke. And some people ain't even got the type of money that Tasha's got to even have no type of fight in general. You know what I'm saying? They have to fold real fast.
Exactly, and that right there, that's a huge hurt to her brand in general. Not only the negative publicity that she's gonna get from the media and the press, but the actual money that she lost and is going to lose or as a result of this. So, like you said, you just got to be careful, and you got to think, is this story or is this headline or whatever, is it worth it? Because sometimes teetering that line, can put you in the danger zone. So.
Right. And let me ask you a question, Mike. I don't know if you saw Tasha's response, but one of the things that she said is basically like her going against the machine, that she had said stuff about the machine. And then in her defense, she was saying that how she all of a suddenly not a trusted source when her posts and blogs and videos have been used in legal cases and things of that nature. Now all of a suddenly it's like she's the enemy or whatever. So how do you feel about that?
Well, if Tasha was smart enough to know that the machine exists, then she should have been smart enough to not go against the machine. And that's just my personal feelings about it. And maybe she thought that, Cardi B is an individual. No, Cardi B is not an individual. Cardi B is part of the machine. And anyone who is part of the machine works just like any other machine. All parts work in unison. So, don't think just because you hit, the eye or the arm, that don't affect the whole machine. Because at the end of the day, the whole machine bottom line is the bottom line.
Right.
So,
yeah.
And those who know what I'm talking about know what I'm talking about. I don't have to say nothing else.
Right. Yeah, and then the whole thing, even Cardi's past life about the whole stripper thing or whatever, is like we don't know all the information. So I think one of the things that probably Cardi felt like the line was crossed, saying that she had herpes or something like that. And that's what she got really probably pissed about. And she went in there with like medical records. And she, some people saying she played the victim card a little bit, that she was saying that she was suicidal and things. Who knows, man? You know what I'm saying? It's just like, like you said, you got to be careful who you're going up against, because certain people, it's different. You know what I'm saying? It's just different. And, but yeah, you're right. That type of blog type of thing, and okay, one last thing too. Now, Tasha has a big platform. She's very huge and a lot of people like her or whatever. But again, you got to look at something like Extra or TMZ. TMZ, if I'm not mistaken, is owned by like Warner Brothers. So it's like you're dealing with a different element when they do the gossip thing, or Extra or Inside Edition and stuff like that. These people are connected to a bigger thing where the star, and hell, even then, sometimes the stars may still try to sue some of these magazines and stuff of that nature, even though it's a little bit more difficult in those cases because those people are part of the machine as well. So yeah, it's crazy, man.
Yeah, you just gotta watch what you say, man. Defamation is a real thing.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. All right, man. We'll transition to new music. We have a ton of it, man. A ton of new music. We'll start it off, man. I thought we'll start off with Denzel Curry, Walking. Video's fire, man. I liked it. You know what I'm saying? I liked it a lot. You know, just the visual. I like how he kind of had like a point in the song where the rapping had kind of changed and stuff. But Denzel Curry gets busy, man. It's a fire video.
yeah, dope video kind of had like a Western aesthetic to it.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, like you said, dope rapping.
Mm.
Yeah, beat was dope. I liked everything about this.
Yeah, yeah. Same here, man. Next up, we got Chris Brown with Iffy. Yeah, it was cool. I mean, I like the whole little transformer thing at the end, in the video or whatever. Probably, you know, I had to listen to it more. I only listened to it once. Probably not the strongest first single for Chris Brown, but you know, but still, all in all, it was a cool record.
Yeah, I agree. I thought it was cool, and I definitely think Chris Brown must really like Transformers because this is not the first time we've seen him use. I mean, he had a song called Transform You, if I'm not mistaken. So,
Okay.
you know, yeah, I think he just really likes Transformers, and that's cool. Like, there's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
But song was cool. Like you said, I agree with you. Not the not my favorite Chris Brown song by any means.
Mm-hmm.
Not necessarily. I think the strongest Chris Brown record that I've heard, even let's say in the past 9 months or so. But it was cool for what it
Yeah.
was. I thought it wasn't bad.
Right.
It was cool.
Yeah. All right, man. Next up, we got NBA YoungBoy, Bring the Hook. I have to be honest with you. I need to go back and re-listen to this one. I don't know. I mean, I've listened to his album when me and you reviewed it on here, but I don't know if he was like dissing somebody on this song or whatever. I think I saw some comments. This is what people were saying, but I didn't hear it. But I have to go back and hear, was he dissing somebody? But maybe I'm just a little, you know, he's a lot younger than me, so maybe I don't kind of know the ins and outs of whatever he got going on with somebody. But I thought the record was cool though.
Yeah, there were definitely some disses on the record. I can't remember exactly who it is that he has beef with right now.
Is it Dirt?
I think it is Dirt.
Okay.
I want to say Dirt, and I could be wrong, but I want to say it's Dirt.
Mm.
There was some definite shots taken on the song. The song itself, I thought was it was cool. Once again, not the best young boy song to me. I mean, I think he's got songs that are stronger.
Right.
But you know, if this is his attempt, or if this is him doing a diss record, then I have to look at it differently than I would just him putting out a thing. So it really depends on what he was trying to do with the record. But I didn't think it was bad either.
Yeah. Same here. And like I said, I will go back and re-listen to it and kind of try to connect the dots and see who he's going at or whatever. And you know, I'm not gonna get in no defamation suit right now, but I just say, you know, Dirt ain't nobody to play with either. So you know, we'll see. You know, I know it's a lot that goes on with Dirk or whatever. Murder Beat. Next up, we got Murder Beats featuring Blast and Wale. Man, I thought thought the single and the video was fire, man. I like the whole little basketball game thing that they had going on. I thought Wale killed it. Me and you talked about Blast. I don't think he does like a bad song ever. And you know, the beat was great as well. So all in all, it was a good song.
Yeah, I concur 100%. Really not a lot to add. Wale killed it. Beat was dope. Blast was fire as always. I enjoyed it.
Let me ask you a question. The Murder Beats, I assume that's the white guy where he makes tracks or whatever and does like a compilation type thing.
I have never heard a Murder Beats project.
Okay.
But that was definitely the white guy in the video, yes.
Yeah.
And as I know obviously he does production for a lot of different people. This is honestly the first song that I've heard that was labeled Murder Beats featuring such and such.
Okay.
most of the other songs I've heard just say produced by Murder Beats. So I don't know. Maybe like you said, maybe this is his he's putting together an album and
Right.
maybe this he's doing the kind of compilation style like Khaled does.
Yeah. Just about to say, just like DJ Khaled. Okay, cool. Next up, man, we got Lil Wayne featuring Alan. Was it Cubas?
Cuba.
Uh, Cubas. Cameras. Thought it was dope, man. I mean, I was kind of shocked though because some of these songs that we've been listening to on this list, some of them came out like around the same time. So I would assume for a Lil Wayne song, this song would have a whole lot more views than it actually has on it. But I thought it was fire, you know. But I don't know. I mean, Wayne's one of those people. You get to the point where you've been doing it for so long, and then so many new artists or whatever. He probably don't get like the credit these days that he really deserves. But yeah, I thought the record was fire though.
Yeah, I enjoyed it too. I thought it was really dope. Dope punchline. The visual was dope.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Kind of like an animated visual, not a actual full official video.
Right.
Yeah, I with it.
Yeah. Same here, man. Next up, I never even heard of this person. Is it Saba?
Yeah, Saba.
Okay, featuring Crazy Bone, Come My Way. Fire. I mean, Crazy Bone verse was incredible. I thought the record sounded really good, and I definitely enjoyed it, man.
Same. Saba's from Pivot Gang.
Okay.
And that's his crew. Saba has been one of the people that I consider very underrated and very low key. Like, you know, he's almost kind of like Nick Grant. Like, there's so many guys out there that like either you know about them or you don't.
Mm-hmm.
And Saba's definitely one of those. He deserves as much credit and publicity as he can get. So I thought it was dope for him to do this song with Crazy Bone, like you said, dope song. And he's got an album coming out soon too, so maybe we'll review that on the pod in a few.
Yeah, for sure, man. Next up, we got the Baby Book It. I like the video. It's the baby doing the baby, man. So I thought it was cool. I like his whole just swag and everything he was doing, riding around in the car and cooking as a chef and stuff. So yeah, man, it's definitely a good record.
Yeah, I agree. The baby doing his thing. I thought the video was dope. Beat dope. Obviously, his videos are always, very animated and different things like. So yeah, it's just him in his bag doing his thing, and I enjoy it.
Yeah, man. Next up, man, we got Token featuring JID. Boom. So yeah, another one. I enjoyed it. Thought it was very well put together and definitely worth the listen.
Yeah, fact. I mean, JID, for me, he snaps on anything he touches. And Token is a up and comer. I know some people know Token, some don't, obviously. But Token is definitely a very skilled rapper. He definitely makes good songs. So, I'm just interested to see what doing a record like this with the JID does for his career as far as notoriety and things like that. So, but I definitely thought the track was dope. They both showed up and did what they were supposed
to do. Yeah. All right, man. Next up, man, Joey Badass Revenge. I was very excited to see that video. I mean, that was good for him, man. I thought the visual was good. It's good to see him. I've never seen Joey Badass video before I can remember. So it was good to see that it was very well put together. Some money was spent on it, and he did a good job, man. So I was proud of him.
Yeah, it's fire. Hadn't really seen Joey since maybe Power Raising Canaan. He's got a role on there. I know he did an interview with Mike Tyson last year as well. Really hadn't seen him since then, but definitely dope to hear him putting out more music. Another dope song to add to the catalog.
Yeah.
And just out of curiosity, did this song sound like J. Cole Middle Child to you?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay. I just want to make sure I wasn't tripping because the production sounded very similar to Middle Child. The hook, elements of the hook, as far as the melody kind of sounded similar to Middle Child. And as soon as I heard the song, I was like, You know what I'm saying? This just feel real like J. Cole Middle Child, but not that it was a bad song or that was a bad thing, but I definitely got those vibes from the song.
Yeah, yeah, for sure, man. Next up, man, we got JID featuring 21 Savage and Baby Tate Surround Sound. Look, man, I was hard on 21 Savage for Knife Talk. I still think that's the worst Drake song I ever heard before. But I'm gonna give 21 Savage props, man. This is probably one of my favorite features from him. Fire, man, fire. You know, they did a good job. Video was fire. I definitely enjoyed it.
Yeah, 21 already know what's up when he messed with Dreamville Camp, man. Like, you saw what he did on My Life with J. Cole. Like,
Yeah,
when he messed with Dreamville, 21 don't play around. He come with them serious verses, and of course, a lot with J.
yeah,
Cole, which is song. So,
yeah.
you know, when he links up with Dreamville, he don't play. So,
Right.
this is another example of it. Baby Tate was dope at the end of the track. With some vocals on there. It's a dope track all around, and I'm looking forward to JID's album as well.
Yeah, yeah, man. All right, man. Next up, we've already talked about Cordae's album, but got the song out with her and Lil Durk. Was it Chronicles?
Chronicles, yeah.
Yeah. So, what were your thoughts on this one?
Dope.
Yeah.
And I thought it was dope for him to start employing a little bit more melody in what he's doing. I
Mm-hmm.
definitely felt a lot more melody on this project than I heard from the Lost Boys, and I thought this was a perfect example of just showing him like his growth as an artist. And her was fire, and
Mm-hmm.
everything she touches is fire in my opinion. And Dirt, came in and closed the song out the way it's supposed to be done. So yeah, thought it was dope.
Yeah, I agree, man. You know, I thought Cordae brought it, and you're right. Her is amazing, and yeah, this is one of the better tracks for Lil Durk as well. So yeah, all in all, I enjoyed it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, man. Next up, man, we got Benny the Butcher featuring J. Cole, Johnny P's, Caddy. Fire, fire. You know, I think this was produced by The Alchemist. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
but
Sure about that.
was that
I'm not sure about that one. I'll take your word on that.
okay? Yeah, I think it was. I think so. I double checked, but I think it was. Yeah, fire, man. I think this is. I'm not sure if this is going to be affiliated with the Def Jam thing. Because these guys, even though they may have deals or whatever, you still don't know what they putting out independent wise or some mixtape stuff or whatever. But just kind of curious to see what's next for Benny. But yeah, I definitely enjoyed it though.
Yeah, Fire Track, Benny Snap, Cold Snap, and surprisingly, they meshed well together on the track. I thought they had great chemistry together on the track, and it worked very well. So I enjoyed it.
Yeah, man. So yeah, man, Benny, was doing it, man. So, next up, I'm sure we get something from West Side Gun soon too, man.
Right.
Next up, man, I never even heard of this lady before. Is it
Shin Sia.
Shensia? Okay, featuring Megan the Stallion Lick.
She was all over CLB. I think she was on 2 or 3 songs on CLB if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, okay.
You know.
Lick. Yeah, it's cool. I mean, I'm not sure if they was trying to like recreate WAP or whatever, with the video and stuff. Yeah, it's cool. I mean, it's not um probably not as big as WAP. I don't think it would probably do as big as that one, but yeah, it was cool though. I mean, it's kind of I never heard of much music from her, and I think Megan raps very well. I thought she brought it, and I thought she was the standout on the song or whatever. But I don't know, just content wise, I don't know. I don't know how much longer you can kind of keep creating the same thing or whatever, but it was okay.
Well, sex sells, and it's always on sale.
Yeah.
As far as Shinsia goes, I'm not. Other than the stuff that she did on CLB, I really was not very familiar with her. I had to go back and look her up after I heard some stuff that she did on CLB, and this is definitely as far as sonically it's similar to other stuff that she did. As far as
Mm,
subject matter, it's a little more I think catered to what she wanted to do with Megan on this track.
mm,
But like you said, I do agree 100%. The video almost feels like a 100% rip off of WAP.
mm.
You know, very WAP-ish visual, and it even kind of gives me some Doja Cat-ish kind of vibes in some of the scenes as well. But overall, I mean, the song's okay. Um, like you said, I thought Megan did a decent job.
Mm.
I think the hook's a little bit repetitive, but it's not trash. I didn't
Right.
think it was a bad song, and the just off the subject matter and who's in the video, it's gonna get plenty of hits on YouTube.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Next up, man, we got Big Crit. So cool. What are your thoughts on this one?
Fire. I love Big Crit. Uh, wasn't really doing a whole lot of hardcore rapping on this, but this is more kind of like a groove type track. And Crit, definitely has a lot of soul, so you will get tracks with those kind of elements in it. The video was dope. Seen old Akeem Ali in there, aka Keely Casanova, for those in the Facebook world who may have learned of him there. So that was dope. Definitely showing some love to some other people out in the Mississippi area. Um, and yeah, obviously the old school '80s aesthetic was dope too. So yeah, I thought it was cool. Enjoyed it.
Yeah, same here. I think Crit has an album coming out on the 18th as well. So, but yeah,
Lot,
yeah. I'm sorry.
lot of new projects coming fast this year, man.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, hell, we sitting here now almost 15 minutes trying to review new new music. So yeah, it's a lot of music dropping, a lot, man. Yeah. Next up, man, we got Kanye West in the game. Easy. I think this is off of the game's new album. Um, so yeah, I mean, he's definitely he posted something about Ti, Funk Flex, and I think Ebro was another one. They had these top 50 lists that they left him off or whatever. So I think he's got a chip on his shoulder. So yeah, we'll see what happens, man. But yeah, I thought the record was cool. Game did a good job, but Kanye just kind of unleashed on here with all his personal issues or whatever. But yes, fire track, and Hit Boy brought it, man, with the was that Michelle A sample. Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's a Michelle A sample.
Yeah, I think so. The whole so easy. Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's crazy. Um, well, that makes sense. But
Mm.
yeah, I enjoyed the track. Saw Game Snap. Saw Kanye was dope. Like you said, dope production, obviously. And this track's been out for a couple weeks at this
Mm.
point.
Mm. Yeah.
It's made its spins in its play. So yeah, definitely one of the better tracks of the new year, though, no doubt.
Right. Right. Yeah. Oh, and one more thing too, man. Me and you was talking about this on a personal level, but you know, um, all this defamation stuff going on or whatever. This is just my personal opinion or whatever. It don't mean a hell of beans or whatever. But if I was Kanye, I just kind of, I probably wouldn't say anything else about Kim publicly. Just for a while. I just kind of fall back from it. It's just I know Pete Davidson. I think he got extra security or something like that when this song came out. So I don't know. I mean, if I was Kanye, I just kind of just focus on Donda too, man. Just don't even worry about all this personal stuff, man.
I mean, I feel it. One thing only thing I'll say is in retaliation or or back towards that is that you know you can never really tell someone how to react to a situation,
Mm-hmm.
and that's the dangerous thing about people because you never know exactly how somebody's gonna react.
Mm-hmm.
So
Right.
I definitely hear where you're coming from.
Yeah. And again, and you're right. I mean, that's his personal life. So I'm not saying that he doesn't have the right, but I'm just saying, just from you know how they try to paint him sometimes, and you're not dealing with a small person. So if Kim wanted to get ugly and retaliate, I'm just saying she's not weak. So it's not like you just run over her or whatever. Is all I'm saying. Just so for the most part, you just don't never really hear her saying nothing about him on a public level.
Well, I mean, definitely think Kanye has a bigger microphone, especially being musician as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I definitely feel where you're coming from, man.
Yeah. Next up, bro, Marlon Craft, State of the Union Part 2. Fire. Fire, fire, man. I mean, me and you always give Marlon his flowers, but incredible, man. I think this only has like 70,000 hits or something, man, but this thing should be in the millions, man. I mean, he's spitting. The video, even though it's simple, it's just like him like giving a speech or something, but it's fire, man. I love the video. I love the whole concept when he's rapping, the words on the screen. This guy's got bars, man. He's definitely very underrated, and he's one of the best out, I think.
Yeah, he did a State of the Union one, I think, last year, and it
Mm-hmm.
gained him notoriety. He was on MSNBC and some other stuff as
Yeah.
a result. And this is just him back at it, showing he can do it again, and obviously talking about some very pertinent issues and
Mm-hmm.
things that need to be discussed. But Marlon is criminally slept on, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Criminally slept on. But another fire track from him, so
Yeah.
shout out to Marlon.
Yeah, man. Next up, we got NLE Chopper featuring Moneybagg Yo, Too Hot. Yeah, it was cool, man. I mean, the video was fire. Moneybagg had an incredible verse. Yeah, it was definitely a cool song, though.
I co-sign 100%. Video dope. Moneybagg's verse was fire. Not my favorite Chopper verse, but he did all right. It was cool.
Yeah.
There was nothing wrong with the verse of the song. I thought it was cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, man. Next up, we got Gucci Man featuring Lil Durk, Rumors. This is another video. Yeah, it was cool. I mean, not my favorite Gucci Man song, but it was all right.
This was fire to me. I like the song. I like Durk's verse. I like the beat. I like the energy that they brought to the track. I thought it was fire. I enjoyed it.
Okay, cool. Next up, we got The Baby featuring NBA YoungBoy hit. I didn't like this one as much as I like the other Book It record. I thought Book It was a lot better than this one. But it was cool though. I mean, like I say, he's animated in the video doing this thing or whatever, but it was cool.
Yeah, I actually like both of the other records better than this one. I like the solo record, Book It by The Baby, and I like the Bring the Hook record by YoungBoy better. And with two big names, you would figure that would be a bigger record. And I mean, obviously, by views and hits and all of those kind of things, it's going to be definitely. I think they both have stronger records.
Yeah. Next up, man, we got Blast About You. As we already said, Blast don't make he don't miss. I haven't heard him miss. So another fire track, man.
Yeah, I don't think bro even misses the bar. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's on. Yeah, shout out to Blast. That's fire.
Yeah. Next up, what's this? Is it ESTG?
That is correct.
Okay. We Hotter Than G.
Who Hotter Than G? Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. Who Hotter Than G? Yeah, it was cool. I mean, it was cool. First time listening to a record from them, but all in all, it was cool.
You heard ESTG? He was on that Route 66 record with Jack Harlow.
Okay, gotcha. That's right. Yeah, I like that record too. So yeah, I mean, it was definitely cool. It was cool.
Yeah, he's dope. Definitely his name's he's gaining buzz and notoriety more and more each day.
Yeah.
And I think this is another track that'll help him build on what he's already doing. So yeah, I thought it was cool.
All right, man. Last but not least, we got NLE Chopper featuring Young Thug, Push It. What are your thoughts on this one?
I like this one better. I like Chopper's verse on this one better than I did on the Too Hot track with Moneybag. Young Thug's verse was cool too. Overall, this might have been a better track than the one with Moneybag, but I don't think. I just think Chopper and Young Thug just meshed a little better than Chopper and Moneybag did. But either way, I think both of them are solid tracks, and apparently Chopper's got an album coming out soon too, so we'll be on the lookout for that.
Yeah, I agree, man. Yeah, fire, man. Yeah, I definitely enjoyed it as well.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. All right, man. Throw everybody your social media, Mike.
Yeah, M1C_CH3CK. Mike check. The I is a 1, the E is a 3, underscore in the middle. That's simple.
All right, you look for Terrance Hill on Facebook. Make sure you like the page. Also, while you're there, like the Sleeping Giants podcast on Facebook as well. My IG Instagram is Terrance Hill the Great. So make sure you go there and look me up. My YouTube is Terrance Hill Music. So make sure you give me a sub, hit that notification bell as well. And also make sure you continue to promote and share EETV Media on YouTube as well. I want to thank everybody for tuning in to this week of Terrance and Mike, the Sleeping Giants podcast. See you guys on next week. Take care.